the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made.
Tonight on Crunch News, Elon Musk has done a U-turn again with the Twitter deal. Also tonight, what to expect from Google's Pixel launch event. Also, driverless taxis are now operating in San Francisco. Welcome to Crunch News. It is 6 o'clock. Elon Musk has done a U-turn on the Twitter deal. Elon Musk has changed his mind again. Does he want to buy Twitter? Actually, this after months of drama. He signaled his intent in a new filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. But there's a catch. Twitter has to drop its lawsuit. We understand if you do have questions about the whole situation. Honestly, we do too. So we talked to some legal experts in hopes that it would give us at least a fighting chance at providing some answers. Let's get into it. First of all, how did we get here? Sigh. This all started after Musk announced they purchased a 9.2% stake in Twitter in April 2022. Twitter promptly offered Musk a seat on the company's board of directors, an offer that Musk initially accepted before changing his mind about a week later. The reason for the change of heart? Musk wouldn't be able to acquire a stake larger than 14.9% if he were to stay on the board. He also hinted that he would have had to give up some of his pastime of tweeting about how Twitter sucks. So, Musk's brilliant solution to this conundrum was to buy all of Twitter in a deal valued at $44 billion. Things went downhill from there. Musk soon accused Twitter of not providing him with adequate information about the number of spam bots on the platform, then claimed that this was enough reason for him to back out of the deal altogether. Twitter, understandably, didn't take too kindly to that and struck back at Musk with a lawsuit demanding that he close the deal. Twitter and Musk were set to duke it out in court on October 17th, but in typical Musk fashion, on Tuesday he decided he would go through with his deal to buy Twitter for $54.20 after a share after all, if the judge overseeing the lawsuit adjourned the case. So why doesn't Musk want to cancel his deal anymore? We can't get inside Musk's brain to find out for sure, and frankly, we're not sure if we want to. But there are a few things that might have made him change his mind. First of all, the pre-trial discovery process revealed some embarrassing text messages that showed how the deal imploded and how Elon went from being amped about investing in Twitter to saying the only way to fix it was to take it over. Okay. What should you expect from Google's Pixel launch event? We're getting even closer to the launch of the Pixel 7 and Pixel Watch, with Google's fall event set to take place on Thursday, October 6th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. while we have an idea of what to expect, Google may still have a few surprises in store. Here's everything we're looking forward to at the upcoming Pixel event. The Pixel 7 and 7 Pro to arrive with incremental upgrades. There wouldn't be a Pixel launch event without a new generation of Pixel smartphones. We're going to see what Google has in store for the Google Pixel 7 and 7 Pro, which Google offered a brief glimpse of during I/O back in May. At the event, Google showed off some renders of the devices, which each come with an aluminium bar and the upgraded Tensor G2 chip. We'll get to that later. The Pixel 7 Pro has 2 cutouts for its 3 camera array, while the base Pixel 7 comes with 1 cutout for its 2 cameras. We're not expecting too many changes when it comes to camera specs, as the Pixel 7's rumored to spot the same 50 megapixel main sensor as the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. Both the base Pixel 7 and 7 Pro could come with an upgraded 11 megapixel front-facing camera, which the Pixel 6 Pro already has. Unlike the Pixel 7, however, leaked specs indicate the Pixel 7 Pro could also come with a 48 megapixel telephoto lens. In a leaked ad shared by Twitter leaker Snoopy Tech, Google appears to show off the Pixel 7 Pro's powerful super res zoom and a macro focus option that lets you capture detailed close-ups. The Pixel 7 and 7 Pro could also come with cinematic blur, a feature that dynamically shifts focus during videos, sort of like the cinematic mode that Apple introduced with the iPhone 13. According to 9to5Google, the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro may also feature the same displays as their predecessors, coming with 90 Hz 1080 by 2400 and 120 Hz 1440 by 3120 displays respectively. The display on the Pixel 7 might actually be smaller than the one on the Pixel 6, while the Pixel 7 Pro may come with a native 1080p mode to potentially help users conserve battery. Autonomous taxis are now running in San Francisco. James Clayton from the BBC took a ride in one.
Wow. I think there's actually no one in there. Wow, this is incredible.
Oh my god.
On San Francisco streets, something straight out of a sci-fi film is happening. People are able to hail cabs with no driver, fully autonomous robo-taxis. Some love it.
I cannot believe this is happening.
But others believe it's too soon for fully driverless cars to be on our streets.
The public as a whole has not been provided with valid documentation that these vehicles are going to be safe.
There's only one way to find out. Get into one of these cars ourselves. The BBC was one of the first media organisations in the world to try it. Is this it? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Take a seat in the back and close the doors. Buckle up and get ready to ride.
Our plan for the evening is to go to some of San Francisco's landmarks, the Painted Ladies, Mrs. Doubtfire's house, and Haight-Ashbury. No one's telling us where to go. We can go wherever we want.
It's really, really weird. Isn't that like a racetrack or a testing facility? We are fully in the center of San Francisco. What's going on here? So how does it negotiate this? I have to say it's pretty conservative driving. Like, we got to that stop first. and now we're going. So, it's definitely cautious.
And that's no accident. Cruise's Vice President of Product, Oliver Cameron, tells me the cars are programmed to drive conservatively.
On any of our Cruise AVs, we have LiDAR, we have radar, and we have cameras. And what we do is we fuse all those together using machine learning, and that gives us this amazing understanding of the world around us.
The problem was the system didn't always put me at ease. In fact, it made me pretty nervous.
Oh, a car has just stopped in the middle of the street. Oh, that... I'm glad you were filming that. Because that was a really jerky left turn into the other road. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, there's a bus in our lane and there are cars to our left. So what's it gonna do? Oh. Okay, it's pulling out left. Oh, and now the bus is coming out right. It really doesn't know what to do. Oh, there's a car behind us. Like, this is just bad driving. This is, I was ready to love this, and I'm definitely nervous. I'm a nervous passenger right now.
One of the things I think is worth factoring is that our AV makes different decisions than humans. In many cases, our AV makes human-like decisions, but sometimes it makes decisions that are very precise, like a computer is making them, right? Which is effectively what's happening.
So that moment, although it felt dangerous, you're saying wasn't. The computer knew what it was doing.
Exactly, yes, correct.
Interesting.
Cruise, though, has been involved in a number of accidents in San Francisco this year, most of them minor. However, after an accident in June, its software was recalled, and some believe it's too soon for real passengers to be driven around without a driver on urban streets.
These vehicles are still somewhat in the test phase, and we believe that manufacturers need to provide the public with some sort of transparent evidence that these vehicles aren't going to cause problems, deaths, or injuries on the road.
But Cruise insists its cars are safe.
We're really proud of our safety record, and we report continuously to our regulators, and safety absolutely is the top priority at Cruise.
But even though it at times felt a bit sketchy, we were knocking off the landmarks. When you drive around town with no one in the front seat, you get some attention.
What do you think about this car?
I saw it and I was like, wow, there's like a vampire inside, or like I can't see it.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Cruise has just started accepting fares in San Francisco at night. The public are actually using this, and it'll be launching in Austin and Phoenix by the end of the year. As for our journey, well, we visited all the sites we wanted to see, albeit through some strange routing, and made it back safe and sound. It was amazing, surreal, scary, all in one.
Bye. That was a really bizarre experience and an unnerving experience. Okay, so... Oh, whoa! Not a scratch on us, but definitely did some things during that ride that made me feel uncomfortable. Ooh, what's happened there? It definitely needs a bit more work.
The EU Parliament has voted for mandating USB-C ports on mobile devices. European MPs have voted for a law requiring all new portable devices to use the same type of charging cable. Smartphones and tablets, including the Apple iPhone and iPad, would have to use a USB-C charger from 2024, while laptop manufacturers would have until 2026 to make the change. There were 602 votes in favour and 13 against, with 8 abstaining. Member states are expected to grant the approval on the 24th of October, before the rule is signed into law at the Parliament. Following a provisional agreement by the European Union, in June 2022, the UK government told BBC News it was not currently considering introducing a common charging cable. But under the current post-Brexit agreements, the new regulation could apply to Northern Ireland. The new requirements may also apply to devices sold in Northern Ireland under the terms of the Northern Ireland Protocol in the Brexit agreement, potentially triggering divergence of product standards with the rest of the UK, according to a December 2021 parliamentary report. The treaty works by keeping Northern Ireland inside the EU's single market for goods, while the rest of the UK is outside it. A row between the UK and the EU about how to reform the Northern Ireland Protocol remains unresolved. EU Commissioner for Competition Margaret Vestager celebrated the new rule on Twitter, citing the waste and inconvenience of having multiple chargers. But Apple has historically argued against the proposal. When it was first introduced in September 2021, an Apple representative told BBC News, "Strict regulation mandating just one type of connector stifles innovation rather than encouraging it, which in turn will harm consumers in Europe and around the world." The technology giant is the main manufacturer of phones using a custom charging port, as its iPhone series uses an Apple-made Lightning connector. Apple has been approached for comment. The new rule will cover a range of small and medium-sized portable devices, according to the EU, including mobile phones, tablets, e-readers, mice and keyboards, GPS devices, headphones, headsets and earphones, digital cameras, handheld video game consoles, and portable speakers. It is 6:16 and you are watching Crunch News. Intel has released the A770 GPU. AMD has released Ryzen 7000 processors.
Today is all about our next generation of Ryzen processors that will push the envelope for gamers, creators, and enthusiasts. The Ryzen 7000 series is the first 5-nanometer CPU for desktop PCs. Ryzen 7000 is both extremely performant and also extremely power efficient. And it has an all-new AM5 platform that supports the latest I/O and memory technologies, including PCIe Gen 5 as well as DDR5. Now, earlier this year, we estimated that Zen 4 would deliver an 8 to 10% uplift in IPC compared to Zen 3. And I'm extremely excited to say today that as we optimize the product for production, we now see 13% more IPC in desktop applications. Now, in addition to the 7950X, we're also announcing 3 more Ryzen 7000 processors today, ranging from the 12-core 7900X to our 8-core and 6-core 7700X and 7600X. And these will all bring the leadership performance of Zen 4 across all price points. Now, in fact, if you look across this stack, what you see is that all 4 of our new Ryzen 7000 CPUs deliver faster single-thread performance in Geekbench than the competition. And as everyone knows, faster single-thread performance is great for gaming.
With 5-nanometer process technology and design optimization, Zen 4 delivers. In desktop applications, it will not only bring performance leadership, but deliver that performance at a fraction of the power consumption of the competition. And I'll repeat a phrase I've said many times over the years. There will be no let-up in AMD innovation. Zen 4 and Ryzen 7000 series is a shining example of high-performance leadership delivered with an energy efficiency that our society wants and simply requires going forward.
Every PC build is unique, and as we launch into AM5, we wanted to create a broad range of choices to best meet every user's needs. As we go into AM5, we'll offer 2 classes of motherboards, the X series and the B series. The X series boards, which will be available in September, are built to be uncompromising, with the highest power delivery and overclocking headroom across CPU and memory, along with the most I/O across the board. While every X series board will offer PCI 5 storage, X670 Extreme boards will enable PCI 5 to graphics as well as storage slots on the board. We're also announcing our B series boards available in October, which strike the balance between enabling next generation technologies and great value for the end user. The AM5 platform is also being introduced with AMD Expo technology, or extended profiles for overclocking. Expo DIMMs enable one-click DDR5 overclocking for Ryzen AM5 builds, driving up to 11% faster gaming performance, lower latency down to 63 nanoseconds, and built on a standard that provides clear and open specifications to the end user so they know exactly what they're getting when they buy an Expo memory kit.
Now that you've seen everything that Ryzen 7000 series can do, I know you're all wondering about price and availability. Is that right? Okay, starting at the top of the stack, the 16-core 7950X is $699. The 12-core 7900X is $549. The 8-core is $399, and the 6-core 7600X is priced at $299. And all 4 of these will be on shelf worldwide on September 27th.
AMD's RX 7000 series GPUs are expected to launch soon. The existing RDNA 2 and RX 6000 series GPUs currently consist of 4 GPU designs spread out across a full dozen different graphics card models, and that's not counting integrated graphics solutions. We may eventually see a similar lineup from RX 7000, but we're only aware of 3 core GPUs at present: Navi 31, Navi 32, and Navi 33. Logically, there would be multiple graphics card models using each GPU. AMD will also use GPU chiplets for the first time with RDNA 3. And the most credible sources indicate it will be breaking out the memory controllers and infinity cache from the main compute die. AMD will refer to the chips as GCD, graphics chiplet die, and MCD, memory chiplet die, according to Angstronomics. Note that the smallest die, Navi 33, will retain the same monolithic design as current GPUs. Clock speeds are mostly placeholders for now. We don't expect AMD to walk back clocks relative to RDNA 2, and it's possible we'll even see higher clocks, perhaps the first GPU to break 3 GHz. For now, a conservative estimate of 2.5 GHz provides a rough guess at total compute, and compute is insane. With up to 12,288 GPU shaders, each doing an FP32 FMA fusion multiply accumulate operation each cycle. That would potentially give the top model 61.4 teraflops of compute, and double that for FP16 workloads. Even the mid-tier chip would have a potential 38.4 teraflops, nearly double what the RX 6900 XT currently delivers. Which does make us wonder if perhaps the rumored specs are inflated, or if real-world throughput will be lower. We'll find out in the coming months. Thirsty. Total memory bandwidth on the top models should increase by 50% relative to the RX 6950 XT. Again, it might be more than that, but we expect AMD to stick with vanilla GDDR6, and the supply of 18 gigabits per second seems reasonably plentiful. Real-world memory bandwidth will get a boost from the Infinity Cache, which for most models will decrease in size compared to RDNA 2. That could be offset by higher throughput or other tweaks to the design. There are plenty of question marks in the table for now. Frankly, we could put a question mark in nearly every cell and not feel too bad about it. Names, core counts, or other aspects are all unconfirmed at present, and the only thing we know for certain is that AMD will use TSMC's N5 node for at least some of the chiplets. Intel has announced their 13th generation Core CPUs.
Welcome to a world where you are not constrained by time nor space, not forced to play by the rules. Things are different. You have the speed to be anywhere or everywhere, the power to create worlds at a whim, the presence to capture the attention of masses with a single post. You will discover the curious, the enthralling, the strange, the wonderful, and find no boundaries save for those set by your own imagination. Get unrivaled performance for everything you do with the fastest chip we've ever built, the 13th gen Intel Core processors. Welcome to a world that you define. How wonderful is that?
Okay, so that is it for Crunch News this evening. This will be happening every single week, and our target time is half an hour, which we've got a little bit of extra time tonight. 1 minute and 30 seconds to fill in. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be having a mix of videos and read out stories. It makes me very thirsty. Yeah. So that is it for Crunch News this evening. The Tech Wrap-Up is on Saturday with more tech news and conversation about the tech news. Remember to like, share this video with your friends, follow us on Twitch, and subscribe. Bye. Something ain't working. Oh, there we go. Right. Thanks for watching. Bye.